Hey guys, hopefully you're doing well. Well, today's something in Florida. It's really getting a lot more hotter here. It's a beautiful state. I call it kind of like a paradise island that you just walk outside and you just see the beautiful palm trees, dealing with, going swimming, but overall see that beautiful sky. It's like my background. That's how Florida looks, really beautiful. And, I've been here for so many years. But you guys, I always love to see you on here. Whoever doesn't know me, I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor and coach. And please, anytime you have time, please look at the description box below. I offer so many different sessions on how to help you in your journey. Welcome to your weekly pick a card. And here's pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pick the pile that you resonate with. Also, each pile that I pick, there's messages from your angels and guides to each card I pick in the pile. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love you to be part of my spiritual family. And this way you can keep updated on all the videos on my channel. I'm really excited, so let's get started. Welcome to pile number 1. See what messages have for you, for your angels and guides, also loved ones. Oh, I love this right away. Is the cornucopia. We all have the desire and the need. What do you guys think? Don't you have the desire and need of wanting everything that you want and everything come into fruition? It would be so great, wouldn't it? Well, the cornucopia card is actually saying to you, I don't know if you guys know what it is, but the cornucopia card is, I know, like for me, I would love to have everything, but I am blessed what I do have. Sometimes we want this, and this. But cornucopia is more like what the angels are telling me. It's more about you'll have everything that you do need. Like if you're looking for a partner, financial abundance, it's coming, but you got to work still toward the goals. But it's saying it's there for you only if you want it. If you don't want it, well, then, that's your choice. But I'm sure most of you want it. But with the cornucopia card, if you do notice, I just want to show you right here. It's about, if you notice, you see all the different fruit. I don't know if you could see that, but the different fruit of your labor, you work hard, well, you'll get what you deserve. So they tell me to tell you to work hard, work. Because when you do and fulfill what you need to do, there's gifts or there's blessings. I want blessings if I worked hard, and I'm sure you guys want too. So they tell me to tell you, just keep on working, and you'll see how things will turn around and things are going to get better. So even though you could be financially in a crush, or things are just not working for you, or they're not coming together, well, they will come together. But part of it is our mindset. Part of it is really doing it, because we got to do it too. Some people may think like all you do is just manifest all day and not do anything. No, the universe wants you to work too, as well. So there's a physical thing to do as well as a mental thing, right? But you want to work smart, not hard. So whatever you desire, whatever you need, or whatever you want, it's going to come through fruition, because you're working toward your goals and your desires. So the doors are open for them. So it's coming, but just be patient. I know it's hard. You work day and night. I know. Trust me. Me owning a spiritual business, I work around the clock. So I understand, but just take one thing at a time, and you'll be okay. You just got to work through it. Now, the next card I got was, for you, Goddess of the Moon. What does this mean, Goddess of the Moon? Well, dealing with everyday life, you're getting in touch with Mother Nature. They want you to go outside, resonate with Mother Earth. And it's during the day they want you to go out, but also at night. People don't realize this, but did you guys know what the circadian cycle is? It's the internal clock of your body, right? You know what? Let me tell you something. When you see night and you see day, or day and night, it's powerful because, let's put it this way, there's sunrise rays, right? During the day rays, night rays, sunset rays, and there's moonlight rays. And every ray gives off a certain thing, well, gives off many different things to help our mind, body, and spirit. So they want you to connect with the outside and be connected to Mother Earth. And one of the ways, it's almost like if you're grabbing onto the moon, you know, you want to get the rays from the moonlight rays. So you want to get all different rays to recharge, to feel good. Because let's put it this way, if you're charged up and feeling good, then going back to the cornucopia card is then you'll get everything what you want, because you're going to be thinking clearer, you're going to be feeling better, you're more within yourself about, that means you're more focused, you're more grounded. Believe it or not, you could go through meditation. I know I've done so much energy work. Meditation, you know, like I do healing work and all that. I've done all of this stuff and I get recharged just by me doing healing on clients. And let me tell you something, I've done Tai Chi work, tapping, and it all is good. But those rays outside also are very powerful. Read up on it, you know, dealing with the circadian cycle. You'll see how things can really change within you. It does so much so I can't diagnose it, so I can't really go into too much of detail. But one thing I do know, it can really heal. Mother Nature has powerful healing. So they want you to get in contact with it because they really want you to feel best to get that abundance. And that abundance could be in so many different ways. That's why that cornucopia card came in. It's abundance about getting everything that you want, what your desires, what your needs, what your goals. So this part of being on the earth is really to live it to the fullest. That doesn't mean to be overwhelmed by it. Now, dealing with, don't we all feel this way? I know I felt this way. I don't know about you guys. And I know life can bring on many different challenges. But the card right here is all tied up. Sometimes you feel like you're restrained. You have to do certain things. If you don't, you know, some of us are like just getting by. And it's not really a good feeling. So we want to keep the faith and don't doubt it, knowing that things are going to come back into place. That's why we got the cornucopia card about fruition, because all your dreams will be fulfilled. But you need to balance your life, center your life, feel better about yourself. And that's why they're saying to get more contact with Mother Nature, get that moonlight, the sunrise, sunset rays. It makes a difference. I can't say, I'll say it this way because I can't really diagnose, but like for me personally, it helps me fall asleep at night. And I've had problems sleeping, okay, ever since after I had my, after I had my daughter, I had problems sleeping, so it's tough. You know, as you get older, we think like we can't sleep like what we used to when we were kids. Some kids didn't sleep well as well. So all tied up, you know, it's really reserving, not being flexible. So you need to be more flexible. You need to let things go. And sometimes, whoops, this card flew out. They want me to get to that card right away, but I'll be right with that in a second. But it's more about dealing with everyday basis and knowing to be flexible so you go with the flow. Sometimes we like to plan out so much stuff. And I know we're stressed about it and we have to think about what we have to do. Yes, you plan it out. But they're saying don't feel restrained. Sometimes, even if you didn't plan it out, just do it. Don't worry about it. You'll get it done. Everything will be accomplished. You'll do great. The only thing is, it's like we have to learn to stop getting hard on ourselves. You know, like for me, I had to work at it. I'm still working at it, not to be hard on myself. And I know it's hard, you know. So we need to go through becoming stronger, being more resilient, to rise above the situations. All right. So don't feel like you're all tied up, right? And remember, you want to feel your best. So you want to do anything health-wise by getting those raised. And also manifesting things so you can get it through, manifest what you want in your life. But dealing with, sometimes in our life, sometimes we feel like we can't move forward, or such in a regimented schedule. Sometimes we have to flex and just be us, and just enjoy ourselves. Now, dealing with the second chakra, Archangel Ariel comes forth. Archangel Ariel is telling me to tell you that in the second chakra, believe it or not, it's right here. I want to show you right here. Now, the second chakra, it's about creativity, being creative with the mind. So they want you to manifest. And you know what? You could call on Archangel Ariel, because Ariel will help you, guide you, and support you in your life. So when you want to come to creativity, like for business, right? Creativity on who your soulmate wants to be, or creativity on how I become more spiritually evolved, and how do I work through it? What do I experience? How do I do that? How do I open up those doors? So many different ways of thinking, feeling, and believing. So they want you to be creative, be very creative, but very adventurous as well. So keep in mind, I don't care if you have to write on a piece of paper, but they really want you to work on the second chakra, is becoming more creative. But you don't want to, again, being really reserved. You don't want to do that. And because you want things to flow. Energies are really interesting, because energies will flow, only it will flow if you just go with it. And sometimes we don't want to be, sometimes we just, overall, we really want to be in the moment and trust and know that everything's going to come together. Overall, if you think about it, honestly, you think, how many times have we been hard on ourselves and we worry about it and it still worked out? Why do that? It makes no sense. So remember, any way possible, flexing your schedule, moving things back and forward. Okay, great. Also, manifest things by meditation and use that creativity, and that would be really good. And that's where the creativity, the second chakra, comes in here. And believe it or not, even being with Mother Earth, even at night, get in contact and getting those moonlight rays and really get in contact and feeling more relaxed, more at ease. And when you're more relaxed at times, you can be very creative too. So I think that's really good. So definitely connect more with Mother Earth, also within yourself, so you could become very creative. And really do things that you would never imagine. When you're more relaxed and you think a little bit more deeper, you'll be surprised what you can create if you believe in it. Right? So don't ever reserve yourself at all. And knowing beautiful things are coming, but you have to believe in yourself. You really have to believe in yourself for these to come. This is part of a belief system that you have to really go into. But don't be hard. Just take one thing at a time. Okay? Thank you guys so much, from the bottom of my heart, for being here. The best way to support my channel is smash that like button. And also, just to let you guys know, if anything resonates with you, if you'd like to schedule a session, I'm here for you. I do break things down to make things clearer. Subscribe at Marc Healing Arts. Remember to be in tune with oneself, love oneself, don't be hard on yourself. See you soon. I'm Marc, I'm the Spiritual Advisor. Hey guys, welcome to pile number 2. See beautiful messages from your angels and guides and loved ones. Wow, the first card I got here for you is a storm warning. Looks like there's been turbulence in your life, and it's like a storm warning of all these things that are happening, and almost like you're being alarmed or alert about, I don't know what to do with it. And it could be very frustrating. I know people are going through hard times right now. I'm sure you guys are. We're all going through it in one form or another. If it's a mental thing, if it's an emotional thing, if it's a spiritual thing, physical thing, whatever it is, everyone's going through their own stuff, right? But the storm warning, it really comes into place because it's letting you know that even though all this turbulence is here, that does not mean things are not going to be cleared out. I know we get impatient, we don't want to wait, and then we start saying to ourselves, when is this going to change? But it will change. You know, this is the year of the night. The year of the night means, I can't believe, this is the year of change. Old stuff is going bye-bye, new stuff is coming in. So this turbulence that they're showing here can be very disturbing. Can be like, wow, through this time, some people are going through health issues or dealing with marital issues, unfortunately, even though that can happen in general, but still, this is the time of change. So whoever our partner is supposed to be, we're going to be with, who, if we're not at the right job, it's going to shift us over the job what we're supposed to go to. We feel attached and we feel disturbed. Well, those emotions are going to start working itself out. It's almost like the universe wants to bring us into a better light. And for that better light, we need to stay focused and grounded, of course, and stay in the moment, and not to put so much energy and power into that negativity, that fear. Because once we get into that fear, well, then that's a different story, because then we get ourselves trapped. You guys ever notice that you get trapped into that emotion? When you first think about it, it's no big deal, right? But then after you keep on thinking about it over and over again, you're putting the energy into the other way. The mind thinks of it, and then it's gone. So we keep on giving it the power. We have to stop giving the power. And this is also part of why, I'm getting the storm warning card, because you could be manifesting this from your own fears as well. And we have to stay clear with our minds and stay focused. Now, this I want you to be aware of. This is not something to be alarmed about, but this is the contract card. But first of all, I want to show you right away, if you see there's a balance. A balance is to figure out whatever decisions you are making. You want to make sure that, of course, if it's like a legal contract with a business, maybe you start off with another job, or you're going to be a business owner with someone else. Or even, believe it or not, committing in a relationship. It could be one of those or others, but they're saying whatever comes in an agreement, whatever you're doing, you want to balance things out so they can flow better. That means you want to see eye to eye of whatever's going on. Don't be blindsided. You see how this woman is blindsided? Well, this is not what you want to be. You do not want to be blindsided by it. You want to be aware. You want to be knowing of what's going on. The other way, things could get imbalanced, and once they get imbalanced, then this cannot be. You see how the woman has a blindfold again? You're not seeing things how they are. So they're saying to be really careful to look at all things. Look at this, and we go back to the storm warning card, okay, dealing with, well, if you sign something that wasn't right and you didn't check it out, and there's the balance there of being aware of it, but do I want to do it or not? Which way will make my life better? But at the same time, but if I read the nitty-gritties, you could have came back and said, well, you know what? I know I signed the paper and I shouldn't have, and because there were certain things that I shouldn't have signed. Oh, this also, they said also this could be if you're renting or you're buying a home. So be aware, again, this is a year of change, so we really got to be careful because we don't want to cause any more turbulence in our life with the storm warning card, as well as any contracts that are made. You want to make sure that each thing is dotted with I's and the T's crossed. Okay, so you want to make sure everything comes together so you don't create the storm. So they're kind of giving you like an idea of be careful, be aware of what's around you. So it's going back and forth on here. On one thing could lead into another. It could be something beautiful or it could be very disturbing. So we really want to be very receptive and very aware of what's going on. The other way, we could be doing something and not be aware. And it could be anything, okay? You could agree to get your car worked on and you didn't read what it says. So read everything, Okay, be aware of what, I mean, you don't have to get paranoid over it, but be aware of what's going on, because you don't want to create any turbulence in your life. No, 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 no. Do not create any turbulence in your life. So stay away from turbulence and become more receptive and see what's going on in that moment. Dealing with, all right, look, you got the Temple Path card. So the angels and guides are with you, and you are going through a spiritual journey, spiritual experience. That's why you got the Temple Path card, because, and if you see all those lights in there? What do you think those are? The lights are just to a building? What do you guys think? No, they are actually lights. Loved ones, angels, and guides are there to assist you and help you through it. If you notice, like, look, you see how the steps are? That means you're moving forward. You're going ahead in your life. But it's really interesting, before when they were bringing up about just be careful of everything. Remember I just mentioned that to you? Be careful of everything. Be aware of it, because this way you can really see things on how they really are, and then this way your life could flow better, so you don't get that warning like, you did something, and you have to straighten things out. And all agreements, like I just mentioned to you, make sure everything is clear and you go in the right path, because you want to go into the spiritual path of enlightenment, because the spiritual path of enlightenment is you're moving forward, and you have the angels and guides and loved ones. They're all here to support you. They know if you're going through hard times, like most people are right now, right? So they want to keep you on your journey, and the only way they're going to keep you on your journey is because you need to believe in yourself. When you really work on yourself, I know it's hard. I mean, you really got to work on yourself. I've said this before, but when we get the ego involved, what the ego is? Seriously, do you know what the ego is? Ego is more about, it should be about expression, openness, experience. We take it more as fear, doubt, and worry. And I've had clients say to me, I want to get rid of my ego. I would say, you can't get rid of your ego because your ego is part of your soul. It's not a physical thing, it's an energetic thing. Just like, how do you get rid of your mental body and your emotional body? You can't. It's part of what makes up the soul. So definitely continue on staying on your path, because if you stay on your path, you're going to keep on moving forward. The other way, you could be going all different things, and here we go, getting the warning card by, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done this. So they really want you to pay attention of everything that surrounds you as well. And anything that you agreed upon, just remember to really be really receptive toward it. I know it's a little tedious what I'm saying to you, but this is what they're telling me, and they're telling me because it could happen, and then you can say, I heard it so many times, I didn't listen to it. Yes, you need to listen to it. It's really important to listen to it. Third chakra, Archangel Shemuel. Now, if you guys don't know what the third chakra is, first of all, I'd like to show you where it is first, and then we could go into it. All right, so let's see, where is the third chakra? All right, so let me see. I know right now I'm sitting down, so I know you can't really see, but 1, 2, 3, right below the diaphragm. Believe it or not, this is also really where your stomach is too. Our intestinal tract is here. The third chakra, the solar plexus, where a lot of emotional stuff, a lot of emotions get built up in there. So what do we need to do with that? Well, we need to release it. Remember about purging? If some of you, I don't know if you guys know what purging is, releasing energy from the body. You'll be surprised when you're stressed out. You'll be surprised that when you're like, holding on to things that you should let go. And thanks to the universe with the ascension energies, while we're feeling kind of funky, or maybe our bodies are tingling and muscles are twitching, it's because it's trying to release it out. So you do help from the universe. Remember when I showed you the temple path? You do have the angels and guides and loved ones and all that are past. They're there by your side. So do not think for a moment that you're alone. You're never alone. Because, I'm going to tell you this right now. Why I'm saying you're never alone? Because when you come on the earth, you don't think angels or guides are helping you through it? You just don't remember. Because just like when you pass, I've heard people tell me, even when they temporarily died and then they came back, it's interesting that they told me they heard God's voice. They even heard loved ones talk to them and help them through it, and angels. So we're never alone. We're not alone now. We just can't see this spiritual activity. I mean, some like me, and I'm sure you guys as well, are more open that you can see spiritual activity to a certain point. It's still kind of not as pronounced. Just like how we look at them as like spirits, or some people call them ghosts. I don't like that term, but that's how they look at us. That's how they see us. So both ways can go on. But you know what? When you're dealing with the third chakra, you're dealing with emotional stuff. So emotional stuff need to be released. You need to let it go. Don't hold on to it. Because the more you hold on to it, then people will say, "Oh my God, I feel like I have problems breathing. I'm having panic attacks, heart fibrillation." Again, I can't diagnose this, but I'm just telling you. So we want to definitely release these emotions. So do energy work, do dissolving work. You can look at that online to release the energies without forcing them. So remember to release the emotions. You're dealing with staying on your spiritual path. You're dealing with making sure everything that you're seeing in front of you and you're agreeing upon. And of all things, all this can accumulate on not to create such turbulence times in your life. And if you do all this with agreements, staying on your path, working through your emotional stuff, it'll prevent, at least most of it overall, the turbulent times. Okay, so please keep that in mind. And then you guys, I know you guys are going through a hard time. If any of you want to schedule with me, I can really help you and really open up those doors, because I know we're going through a hard time. I know I'm going through my own stuff. We all are. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm here, okay? Thank you guys so much, so much. It means the world to me that you guys are here. And just to let you know, the best way to support me is hit the thumbs up button. Just take one thing at a time, because I know there's a lot of challenges going on, right now. And I know sometimes it could be really hard. And subscribe if you haven't at Marc Healing Arts. And also follow me for more card readings. I love to keep you up to date, with it. I'd love to do that for you, because this way you're aware of what's really going on. So take care of yourself. Be blessed. See you soon. Blessings and love, Mark. Hey guys, so nice to see you on here. And this is pile number 3. Let's see what wonderful messages from your angels, guides, loved ones, anyone that comes forth from the other side. Let's see what they're going to tell you. First of all, in our lives, as you guys already know, we definitely need balance of everything. And you know what? There are times, first of all, you could call the angel of balance, because the angel of balance will help you balance. I know it sounds a little weird, but you could call the angel of balance to help you and say, "Angel of balance, can you come forth to help me balance?" Because sometimes don't we feel like we're offset, we're off balance? It could be from the energies. I'm sure you guys are feeling this from the energies today feel wonderful, feel awesome, but there are times that the energies can feel really off, and that could offset us. So how do we rebalance? Well, you can listen to New Age music. That, believe it or not, it helps. But also going outdoors, getting Mother Earth rays, that really grounds you, But, so meditation helps. Taking a warm bath, taking a walk, do whatever you need for your mind, body, and spirit to create that balance. So they really want you to be careful of the balance, because if you don't feel like you're balanced and things are not flowing right in your life, even when things are just not coming together, they want you to create this balance. So this way it all works and flows together. The other way, I know, when I was younger, it's like I would let everything fall apart, right? Nothing was balanced and it wouldn't even flow. And I hated that, I mean, I'm sure you guys agree with that I hated it, because it's like I procrastinated on every little thing and nothing worked out and everything was just so chaotic. And then I said one day, hey, I got to create this balance. I gotta get more organized. I have to put things together. I can't do what I'm doing, because if I do that, things are gonna fall apart. Things don't work right. I'm gonna get more stressed. So why do we want to? So really pay attention to balance, because balance is a big deal when it comes to your life and how energy flows. Believe it or not, the energies are really not negative or positive. We create that by throwing it out into the ethers, but it's really neutral. It just flows. And when it flows, you just want it to come together. So really stay focused on balancing your life. All aspect, dealing with giving love to yourself, to your partner if you have a partner. Really spend the time at work how you're supposed to spend time. Don't talk about work when you get home. Your home is your home, so everything comes down to a balance of what we want to pay attention to. Because you have a journey ahead, and look, this is like you going forward. And what I love about this card, with your angels come forth, and if you notice, you got red here, right? You got red and orange. I want to make sure I wasn't seeing what I'm seeing. Look at this. Red is the first chakra. The first chakra is grounding yourself. Balance. Here we go back to balance again. Balance, balance, balance. It's telling you to balance yourself. All right? And then you got the orange and yellow. Oh my God, you got all three of them. You got all three chakras. Right? And this is part of the journey. Now you may say, what does the journey have to do with chakras? It has a lot to do with it, because the first chakra is not to have fear. Be courageous. Feel independent. Feel like you're moving forward. What is number 2? Chakra number 2. Well, that's regarding about creativity, imagination, putting things to use. Right? What you want in your life, your soul partner. What you want as a spiritual person, it may be going through a spiritual journey of really finding yourself, of finding out who you are. Don't question yourself. I know when I first got into my spiritual development and growth, I started questioning myself. Who am I? What am I supposed to do? Am I doing this right? Am I really going forward? Right? For my spiritual growth. What do I need to do on the earth? What do I need to just spiritually do for myself? We may take resting as a luxury, or sleeping at times when we're burned out, but no, it's a necessity. You can work, right? Here comes the balance now. You can work, but you also need rest. And this is part of your journey of enjoying your life, is you want to create that balance, and you want to move forward in knowing, am I doing everything that I'm supposed to do on my journey to complete me while I'm here? So we want to break things down and see the balance. Here we go about balance again. Balance of everything we have in our life. The other way, are we moving backwards in our journey? Are we moving forward in our journey? Which way are we going? Which directions? Right? Oh yeah, and the third chakra, just remember, I didn't tell you guys, part of your journey, it's about emotions, stabilizing your emotions. Again, creating the balance, knowing how to handle emotions, how to sometimes give in. That sometimes we can get stubborn because we want to stay a certain way. We don't want to flex. So we want to create it so everything flows right. Once again. And once we could stay in our journey and everything will flow. But so look at it. First, it's about being independent. Number 2 is about creating your reality. 3 is about knowing how to control your emotions. Very important. Very, very important. Blossoming abundance. We got the blossoming abundance card. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That means all different things can blossom. Isn't that really funny that I talked about dealing with the creativity? Manifest. So now we have the abundance of blossoming abundance. That means things are going to be blossoming for you. But we have to do our inner work and of course do the outside work for things to happen. And blossoming abundance can come in so many different ways. It could be coming from your personal spiritual growth or your personal growth on the earth. Dealing with the relationships with others. Dealing with your work atmosphere. Dealing with the external environment, people who you don't know, or external environments you don't, on how to adapt and change so everything comes together. Everything balances out so it flows better. So if everything is planned right when you're going down your path, you'll be surprised how it all flows, it all comes together. The other way, if it doesn't flow and come together, then how do you expect to move forward? And look, if you're going forward in your life and things are manifesting, aren't you now blossoming and growing? Isn't there abundance? Abundance isn't always about money. It has to do with a lot. It could be your own self-peace. It could be about, some people, they may take it as a financial thing. How much can I invest so I can retire? And that's part of being creativity. Remember the second chakra? About creativity. So things are going to blossom. Things are going to grow in your life. But you believe in yourself. And again, you want to follow the path of what you're doing so you can continually move forward. The other way, it's like a circle. Or you feel like you're going backwards. So stay on that path and keep on moving forward. And knowing you have so many doors to open up, so there's abundance there, a blossoming and growing. So they say there's doors open, so you can really, we limit ourselves, but we could go a lot farther. I know life isn't so easy, I know, but if we take one step at a time with it, we'll see. We'll get through it. Sometimes there are challenges. I'm not going to say no, but we'll get through it because life has its own challenges. And remember what I told you before about resting? Remember, rest and rejuvenation? Well, here it is. Your angels are speaking out to you. Rest, 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 and rejuvenate, even when we're going through these spiritual times. Why? Because this way we could we could be ourselves and function normally. Without the proper rest and sleep, our minds don't work right? Emotionally, we become more unstable. Physically, we could feel very fatigued, very tired, and knowing that things are not moving forward. So we really want to continually do whatever we can. Remember before, creating the balance and keep on keeping things flowing, keeping things into place. Because you know what opens up doors for us, many doors for our future. But as we grow and evolve and ascend, abundance means a lot of meanings in a lot of ways. So keep that in mind. But when we go through the spiritual process, that rest or rejuvenation, we need to. Sometimes you can meditate. like you can see in here, it's not totally sleeping, but meditating. Whatever you need to do to get yourself back, to stay grounded and focused, you do, so this way you feel better. The other way, you're going to feel lost and confused, and then you're going to wonder what path you're going on, and then you're going to feel like things are really coming together in your life, and then you feel like, well, am I really blossoming? Am I really moving forward? Am I really ascending? So keep that in mind to rest. Abundance is coming your way if you work toward the direction. The doors are open for that. And you'll have a beautiful future, as well as things will come together for you if you really work it out. And I know it can get frustrating at times, but just take one thing at a time. Don't look at everything at once. I don't care if you have to write everything down. Take one thing at a time. And remember, everything you do, instead of putting yourself down, praise yourself. And you guys, I always love to see you on here. And anything resonates with you, something that you're going through troubled times, I'm here for you. You can look at the description box below, and I could do like spiritual reading for you, right? Or some healing work for you to help you on your journey. So I just want to let you know that. So anything resonates, I'd love to help you. Also, just to let you know that I always have to acknowledge it. I was starting to acknowledge it, but I'm going to acknowledge it again, that I always love to see you guys here because it does mean a lot to me. I'm not just saying just to say it, because I really want to help you. I'm a very empath, really caring, very loving, and very nurturing type. And knowing that we're all going through our own turbulent times or confusing times or distorted times, and this is where I could help you, through it. Also, to support my channel, just give me that thumbs up. And I do these card readings to really give you the knowledge and information that you're looking for to help you, to open those doors for you. And if you haven't subscribe at Marc Healing Arts. And I'll see you guys soon. Be blessed, be loved. Talk to you soon. See you soon. Blessings and love, Marc.